right, folks, welcome. This is Motor Mouth Sports. I am your host, motherfucking Dino. Of course, alongside me is Crazy Fins. What's going on, Crazy?
What's going on, man? Getting pumped for this damn football day. Let's go.
It's today, motherfuckers. It is today. We have been waiting for this shit since the fucking Seattle fucking just stomped the shit out of the Broncos in the Super Bowl. I don't know about you, but I've been fucking just chomping at the bit waiting for football to come back. And it's here. It's tonight, folks. The season gets kicked off with Green Bay Packers traveling to Seattle, take on the world champion fucking Seahawks there. So we got a lot of shit to get to in this show. We got some fucking headlines, of course, we're going to jump into. Let's see what else we got. We're going to get to our picks. You know, we're going to, told you folks, we're going to be all interactive with that over on the website. You know, our who's going to win the game, you know, our regular pick'ems. And we got some fantasy starters and sit-ems for you in the show. So it's going to be fucking action-packed and a whole bunch of shit. What do you say we get that fucker started, Eddie?
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, here in the headlines here, a lot of shit went on here. Just want to get at these pretty fast. One that really just caught my eye here. Tom Brady I'm talking about here, says he'll play until he sucks. Peyton Manning heard those comments, and he says he basically echoes those remarks. But my only question of the whole thing to you, Crazy, is if Brady says he wants to play until he sucks, shouldn't he have quit 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think he should have quit right after the cheating scandal.
Yeah, exactly. Another news here, and I thought this was pretty good. Minnesota's running back, Adrian Peterson, yes, the one, the only Adrian Peterson, has called his shot. He says he's going to get a touchdown on his first touch this season, folks. What do you think?
That's sick, man. That's sick. That's balls right there. I hope he does, man. He's a beast. He's one of the best.
He's got slight credibility in this area. Supposedly last year, he called it in a running back meeting with Toby Gerhart, and Toby Gerhart said he's a witness to this, but he called that he was going to break out on his first touch. And last year, if nobody remembers, he had a 78-yard first carry run for a TD against Detroit. So he had a little bit of credibility here, but can he do it 2 years in a row?
I don't think he's going to do it this year because it's against the Rams, and that front line is kind of strong.
You know what? Rams is one of those defenses that people don't know right now, but hopefully by the end of the show, that's somebody you might want to look at. You might want to look at. Anyway, here, Houston's Jadeveon Clowney is cleared from concussions. He sustained that injury on August 20th as he had a helmet-to-helmet collision with Jacob Tamme of the Denver Broncos. And that's a big deal there. That's the number one overall pick, so it's good to see him at least back in action because I happen to believe he's going to be a bust, but nobody wants to believe me.
No, I got to disagree there. He's going to be a beast, man. He's very fast, quick on the outside, and he's got Watt on the other end, man. They're going to explode this year.
Yeah, but you know what, though? For the longest time, they had other defensive linemen there in Houston, and we don't need to say their names. And I call him a bust. Most people don't. They say he did his thing. They say he was average, but whatever. It's just neither here nor there. Another news here. Johnny Manziel's at it again. He tried to trademark his 12th phrase, this time Johnny Cleveland. So he's trying to get that trademarked. And I just bring this up, folks, to tell you, every single one of you out there, I'm disappointed in all the football fans right now because I just found out today that Johnny Manziel has the number one selling jersey and the motherfucker isn't even starting. You guys are idiots.
That's it. Hey, well, look how many Tebow jerseys are out there.
Yeah, that's true, too. Most of them are in Africa right now.
I just real quick, I seen a stat yesterday that they threw up Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, and Tim Tebow. And Brian Hoyer was only drafted in 8% of fantasy drafts. Manziel was drafted like 54% of them. And Tim Tebow is still drafted in 4% of leagues or 6% of fantasy.
I saw that, too. That was so disturbing.
Who the hell is still drafting Tim Tebow? Would they figure since everybody got hurt at quarterbacks, they were just going to bring him back and put him on somebody's team, Raiders maybe or something?
You know, I don't know, but some people, you know, I've said this 1,000 times, they pick like a fan. And that's the biggest thing in fantasy. You cannot be a fan. You need to be a fan of the whole NFL, but you can't be a fan of any team. It will hurt you in the long run.
Yeah.
Last couple headlines to get to here. Champ Bailey works out for the Lions. 7-time Pro Bowler is trying to see if he can get one more last run at it. I think he's done. What do you think?
I think he was done 2 years ago. I love him. I think 2 years ago was it for him. He should have retired. They gave him it last year hoping that he was going to get a ring. I think that was the only reason they kept him around. He just couldn't keep up with nobody anymore.
Well, I see. I have to admit, I got to say sorry to him, and it's kind of fucked up. For 2 years now, I blamed him for the Jacoby Jones 77-yard Hail Mary that brought the Ravens over the, and I did. I blamed him until I actually really went back and studied the film, and it wasn't him. It was on the other. He was on the other side of the field. He was on the left side. So either way, but not just that case. He couldn't keep up with anybody. He became a liability. This is the reason why he didn't work out when they signed him over there. Where was he just recently released from? New Orleans. So we had a huge debate over there on Facebook too. A couple people in some of the groups I'm in, basically calling me disrespectful for saying he was washed up, saying I didn't pay this man his dues. Look, Champ Bailey at his prime, one of the best to ever play the fucking game. He's the meaning of lockdown corner. But there's just a time where you have to accept that your time is done, and he's not that same player.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Last one here. Two more here to get to. First, Michael Sam got rammed. Then he got the shaft. Now he's on his way to Brokeback Mountain. That's right, folks. The Dallas Cowboys have signed Michael Sam to their practice squad, where he's going to make a whopping $6,300 a week before taxes, that is, folks. And if he is activated at all during the season, his salary will go up to $24,000 a week there.
Yeah. Definitely. Like I said, next week I'm going to join a practice squad.
The thing is that you really can't write this shit. As I was sitting there and I was writing that headline, everybody laughs about it. But you don't understand, I was in awe, folks. I was in awe. First of all, ask Crazy. When he first was picked to the Rams, I was laughing so fucking hard, you don't even know. I'm like, how did this ever happen? How did Roger Goodell let the first gay man get picked to the Rams? But then it did, and then I said, you remember I said this is way before he was cut. Yeah. I said if he doesn't make it, first he's going to get rammed, then he's going to get the shaft. Remember that?
Yeah, and then now
he goes over to Brokeback Mountain, and I'm like, well, motherfucker, dude, this shit wrote itself. I didn't have to write it. It was crazy. Last headline of the day here. Wes Welker admits to having Adderall in his system, but denies it being anyway having to do because of a Molly. Reports have surfaced in the last couple days since his 4-game suspension that he was on MDMA, a.k.a. Molly, at the Kentucky Derby, and that's what caused the drug test to be failed. So he's saying no, he's saying it was Adderall.
I don't know, maybe that's why he's been getting concussions, because he popped a Molly, he was sweating. Woo!
You know what's funny, though, and this is a sports show, and I'll be brief on this. Long story short, I've had my experiences with ecstasy, but here's what I've learned. What I took back in my teenage days is not what these kids are taking today. I took ecstasy. You guys took Molly. It's totally different thing, and it freaks me out. There's no way I would be able to take that shit at all. There's no way fucking possible. Just all that. But anyway, folks, those are your headlines here for this week. So we're going to take our quick break, as always, like we always do in here. And when we get back, we're going to just get into one story here. Crazy. Did you know, with the start of the season tonight at 8:30, there are 36 players suspended and won't be able to start week 1?
I knew there was a lot, but 36, holy fuck, man.
It's fucking nuts, folks. When we get back, we're going to be talking about it. This is Motor Mouth Sports.
When you're up here and you're playing and you're having a good time and you're looking at all of you and your smiling faces, you try to do a good show, but sometimes there's some shit going on inside that you guys are not privy to. And that's what this song's about. It's called Voices in My Head. Coming to my show. You've been great, but now I have to go. Everyone had a super time, I hope. Some songs tend to push the envelope. These are things that I have said, there are voices in my head, and if you could hear them, this is what they'd say. Thank you all for coming to my show.
Oh, it hurts, you bastards didn't laugh at my new Nazi song, and
you've been great, but now I have to
Go and ask that girl in front to come backstage and show her thong. And
Everyone had a super time.
I hope the guy who heckled me gets hit by a big bus, that fucker.
Some songs tend to push the envelope.
open up your eyes, your wife and girlfriend both shut up, you sucker.
There are voices in my head.
You're such a hack,
saying things that shouldn't be said.
you need Prozac.
I just hope that they will.
No, we won't
Go away. But wait, there's more. Thank you all for coming to my show.
God, I hope there's cocaine left back.
You've
Would I
been
sign
great,
up for
but
this?
now I have to go.
God, I hope there's cocaine left back.
You've all
all on the
had a
shelf.
super time.
I really, really hope there's cocaine left back. I should just kill myself.
Push the envelope.
He is right, you should kill yourself.
And the voices in my head.
You're such a mess.
Saying things that shouldn't be said.
You're talentless.
I just hope that they will.
No, we won't
Go away. No, they won't go away.
Never go away.
Never go away. They're here to stay.
We're here to stay. Here to stay.
They say I'm gay.
You're gay.
You're gay. Absolutely not gay.
That's right, folks. So welcome back. This is Motor Mouth Sports. I am your host, motherfucking Dino, and that's motherfucking Crazy Fins.
Yes, sir.
That's right, folks. And we are here less than 2 fucking hours away from football. Oh!
Fucking amazing.
I'm so fucking pumped. Like, I don't even care. You can take that sound clip of me making that noise and do whatever the fuck you want. I'm okay with it. That shit is fucking amazing, dude. Football is back. It's here. We're going to see a somewhat pussified version of it this year with all the new rules in, but fuck it, I don't care. Even if someone out there fakes hitting somebody, I'll take it at this point.
oh, you got me, Falls. You know, there's a Grammy coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God, the fucking acting. That's basically. I'm glad you put it that way, because that's what I believe the refs are, and you know the NFL are allowing the players to do. They're allowing to take the actual penalty out of it and act. Now, I know a lot of people have this argument more towards basketball, but in football. But how many times have we seen a wide receiver who just honestly couldn't catch up to the ball, fake some shit like this dude pushed him?
Lets the guy run into him, fakes like he pushed him, gets up and yells at the ref with his hands up and gets a flag.
It happens. I mean, that happens more times than not. Really does. And I just don't think that all these rules and regulations that we put on this is why that's happening. All these players are doing are adapting to what the NFL is allowing to happen.
Oh, yeah. I did see some stuff yesterday, actually, too. That was, I think it was on, I think it was NFL Network. One of the refs were there, one of the umps, and they were talking to him about the new flags and everything. And they said to him, what's the weirdest thing you had happen this year? And he said, guys are coming up to me after we throw the flag on them for touching a defender after 5 yards, and they come up and say, I'm going to do it again next play, too. I bet you won't call it on me.
Wow.
Why would you go up and tell on yourself and say you're going to do it again?
Well, I think what the players are trying to do is just trying to get the point through that this is ridiculous. Like, let us play. You know, and I agree with that a lot. I don't understand. I say it all the time. People just don't understand how I really mean it. I think they're thinking I'm just saying it to be a troll, but I truly believe that Roger Goodell is on a mission to tank this league. I don't know why. I don't know, whatever happened, but it went from being, America's sport. We took over for baseball back in the 90s, and now it's an excuse. It's a soft version. But speaking of that soft version, we led you a little bit before we went to break there of 36 players that will start the season suspended and not be able to play for their teams. And I just want to start listing some of these crazy before, we really get talking about them. And granted, let me start this off by letting people know, look, if they broke the fucking law, which in most of the cases they did deserve to get in trouble by the law. They did deserve to deal with the consequences of their actions by the law. I just feel that Goodell didn't have the right to do some of the things he's doing. Let's see. Here we go. 36 players here. Dallas tops the league with 3. They have 3 players that are suspended there, which, big names there, though. Fucking, here's one of the first big names of the list. Justin Blackmon, Jacksonville. Him and another player.
He's out for a while, man.
They said indefinitely.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever going to come back.
But and it's ridiculous. Listen, once again, smoking weed, folks. I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But let's not. We already got into that last week. I have to get in this week. Washington, they got 2 players out, but one of the players is Brandon Merriweather. And it's just big names here. Cleveland, 2 players out. Josh Gordon. Baltimore, 2 players out. Ray Rice is one of them. New England, 2 players out. Brandon Browner. They just picked his ass up, and he's already in trouble, that little fucking thug.
That's it.
I always say that. Anytime there's a person that was a member of Seattle, it cracks me up. But anyway, Miami, 2 players out. Rashard Jones being one of them. Kansas City, Dwayne Bowe's out. New York Giants got 2. Fucking Denver's got Prater and Welker now out. Here are the list of teams that all have 1 player out. Arizona, San Francisco, Carolina, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Among those players, here's some of the names. Alden Smith, Robert Mathis. All of these players will not be starting the beginning of this season.
The biggest for me, I think, has got to be Denver because you know how pissed Peyton's got to be that like the only 2 white guys on his team are suspended.
See, anybody out there listening doesn't understand why I'm laughing my ass off. It's like this little inside joke. Eddie happens to believe that Peyton Manning is racist. He doesn't like throwing to black receivers, so.
No, only when he has to.
I find it to be hilarious. But, no, actually, I'm glad you brought up Denver because Prater makes me very mad. The Prater one really does. Granted, it simplifies it by just saying he got suspended for drinking. It's not. It's a little more behind that. He got a DWI last year. He had problems with drinking, but the NFL basically suspended him because he failed. He had to get another breathalyzer, I assume. I don't know how else you test that. He pissed out a beer within an hour, so I don't know how that's done. But either way, he failed, and so everybody's all up in arms in this shit. But it's fucking alcohol. That shit is legal in all 50 fucking states.
That's it. It's gonna help him kick further though.
And, of course, Welker, whatever, dude. Hey, if he's got the Adderall, me and you, I asked you this before off air, and I asked you the same thing now. Like, what the fuck did a football player need Adderall for? I just don't get it.
These kids are crazy on this shit right now. I don't know what maybe he was just part of the party, his horse won over there, and they, he was going crazy, and they just started popping Adderall. I told him it was aspirin.
Maybe. I have no idea. I don't get the Adderall thing. I actually had to take Adderall for ADHD, and maybe it's because, I have ADHD, so it didn't get me high, but, I hear all these people like, yeah, man, I fucking used to, in college, I took Adderall. And I'm like, what the fuck? So it didn't do shit for me. Whatever. It's all the weird shit, I mean, now the PEDs in themselves, performance-enhancing drugs, I guess you could put Adderall in that, but maybe if you're studying, maybe if you're Johnny Manziel and you just got in the league and you're fucking retarded and you can't understand a playbook, like as we obviously are seeing with him.
Maybe as rookies, though, if you think about it, if it's going to help somebody with ADHD, then maybe as rookies when everything is going on at once, if you take some Adderall, maybe it'll help you focus on the one thing you're trying to focus on. I don't know.
Maybe, but like I said, it could help with just, learning the playbook. Obviously, Manziel's not taking it because he's fucking... They've still reports coming out of Cleveland that he hasn't understood at least a quarter of the playbook yet.
I mean, why would he? As soon as he gets in the game, he's just going to run.
I'm just saying, that's really a problem. All you Manziel fans out there that are, sucking on this man's dick harder than a fucking $5 hooker here, if you can't learn the playbook, you're not going to get very far in the NFL. It's that simple. Even Tebow knew the fucking plays.
Yeah, he just couldn't pass.
Yeah, well, Tebow had physical, limitations. He just couldn't fucking be a quarterback. But I still believe it to this day. If he ever swallowed his fucking pride,
became a fullback, he'd be a beast.
Oh my God, he'd be Mike Allstat of our generation.
That's it.
And but if you don't know who Mike Allstat is, first Google him. Second, get the fuck out of my show because like that.
Marcel Reese, man, for people who are newer guys. Marcel Reese.
Well, whatever. That's a story for us older people. I won't bore everybody with, but let's just say that Allstat stole a lot of Warwick Dunn's fucking touchdowns. But anyway,
all right.
So yeah, but what are your final thoughts though on this list? I mean, you think that Goodell's losing his mind like I do, or are you thinking that this is what the NFL needs to become competitive in this world market?
No, I think he's going a little far, man. Certain shit is all right, but now like the domestic thing, that shit is what's crazy to me. How do you say that because you got convicted of a domestic dispute, now you're going to be suspended 6 games? And that comes right after the Ray Rice thing where you only suspended for 4 games. And what happens with the people who've already gotten it one time because they said the second time they're done?
Yes.
Like, what the hell? How can you do that? How can you do that to somebody's career and you don't even know if some bitch is lying? Because that's what happens all the time. They would just be calling, oh, yeah, got a problem, he hit me, and all. Half these bitches, they just jump out cars and shit. Oh, he threw me out.
No, that is a fair point. And also, a lot of people think that I jump on this domestic violence thing. They think I take the wrong way. And I think they're ignorant. They don't listen to what I'm saying. All right, it is wrong for a man to hit a woman. I'm never going to say that it is right. But also at the same time, I think as a people, as a civilization, we need to understand that there are some bitches out there that will do anything it takes to get that man to hit them just so they're the victim. We have to understand it's not, people think, oh, that's not it, and you're making excuses for, abusers. That's not the case. Look at these ghetto bitches out there that somehow think that they are men. They stand up, what the fuck you gonna do, you pussy bitch? But then when there's finally a dude who won't take it and punches him, he's the asshole.
Yeah, see me, I've never hit a woman. Chicks have hit me, and then other chicks have told me, yo, if the chick hits you, you have all the right to hit her back. No, I don't, because then she calls the cops and says I hit her. She got a bruise. No matter what's on me, I'm going to jail.
It is a point. It is. And like I said, I've never been in that situation myself. I'm just saying at the same time, I'm one of those people that understands it. And I'm not going to act naive. And in this case where Ray Rice and his motherfucking wife sat there at that goddamn press conference, I guarantee you that bitch at one point thought she was a little thug motherfucker, and that's how that shit happened. I guarantee you she was in that goddamn... We don't have the video. Only people that have the video of inside the elevator is the criminal, the court and all that stuff. And as far as I know, there was no charges, right? Was there?
I'm not sure. There was, because that's why I got suspended.
Oh, yes, okay.
Charges, yeah.
But either way, we don't know what's going on in the whole motherfucking thing. I guarantee you. Yeah. I would put money on it she was in his face.
Yeah, I just think that, Goodell has definitely gone a little far on some of these things. He's just really trying to step into your personal life more than the NFL should. They should be involved in some things. Drugs, shit like that. Maybe gun possession, because that's going to all, gang-related shit, because that's all going to involve your team. But when it comes like domestic violence and other things, that's spats with your wife and your personal things that you need to at least have your own, personal space with. He's not allowing them to have anything.
But I kind of disagree with you in the guns and all that thing, because Plexico Burris is the only motherfucker I know that did 18 months for shooting himself.
That's
the only one I know.
See, that was the only thing that was a little different with that. But, with the shit with like Deshaun Jackson where, he had the gang affiliated shit and was bringing all that bad shit around the team, that's something different. Maybe something should have came down if they got, some more evidence on that. But, because it's gonna bring your whole team down. You got some guy with gangs and gang members all around your team and involved in what you're doing and shit. Maybe, and then he gets robbed.
But what about letting the court system do their jobs?
Oh, of course. But some things I think the league should get into, because you are a figure that little kids are looking at to try to be.
Let me tell the dirty truth here. No matter what, you can tell me this Aaron Hernandez thing. This motherfucker murdered people in like 2 different states. Is it stopping me from tuning in tonight at 8:30? Fuck no. Did it stop me from buying the new fucking Peyton Manning jersey this offseason? Fuck no. All right? And that's the dirty truth. The NFL wants to protect their name, and they say everything they're doing is to protect the shield, but what they don't understand is they can leave this dumb shit alone and people will still tune in. I don't give a fuck that Aldon Smith is a fuck up on the offseason. Doesn't matter to me. Really, no sense in the fucking way. Because someone's going to fill his position, and when it comes Sunday, we're going to have some fucking smash mouth football, and I'm going to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, folks, we are going to take a break here. When we get back, we're going to turn to the fantasy part of the show here. This is what I'm looking forward to. Folks, I mean, if you're a fantasy football player, I know you've been on the fucking waiver wires all day. You've been working the trades for fucking weeks, and you've been doing and you eat, sleep, fucking breathing and shit in fantasy football, and it all comes to tonight, folks. So we got, of course, we're going to fucking, have our stardoms and situms later in the show.
Pick'em.
Oh, yes. And then we're going to do our pick'ems later in the show. So, folks, we got a whole bunch of shit. Stay tuned. This is Motor Mouth Sports.
I'm ready to rumble. Oh yeah, guys, it's gonna be cute. Lewis, even though I hate you, I want to love you. I want you. And even though I can't forgive you, I really want you. You stupid Jew.
Tell me, baby, why can't you leave me? 'Cause even though I shouldn't want it, I gotta have it.
Here we go.
Get in the clouds, got no weight on my shoulders.
Eric Cartman to the principal's office, okay?
Eric was suspending you from school. I got one less problem without you, okay?
Principal Maggie, I didn't know.
I got one less problem without you, okay?
I thought we were all just singing a fun song.
One less problem without you, okay?
Oh no, Eric got suspended from school.
One less problem without you, okay?
Got one less problem. Now you know, Eric. 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 I knew you'd never go to wake up. I go to give up. I want you.
I know I should never call back.
I'll let you come back.
Ooh. Giggity, giggity, you. Every time you touch me, say you love me. I get a little bit breathless. I should want it. You.
Get in the clouds, got no weight on my shoulders.
Eric Cartman to the principal's office, okay?
Eric was suspending you from school. I got one less problem without you, okay?
Principal Maggie, I didn't know.
I got one less problem without you, okay?
I thought we were all just singing a fun song.
I got one less problem without you, okay?
Oh no, Eric got suspended from school.
One less problem without you, okay?
Got one less problem. Oh, here we go. It's your pal Stewie, coming in hot. Smart body betting I'll be better off without you. In no time I'll be forgetting all about you. You're saying that you know, I really, really doubt you. Understand my life is easy when I ain't around you. Hello, I'm Stewie, too biggie to be here stressing. I'm thinking I love the thought of you more than I love your presence. The best thing now is probably for you to exit. I let you go, let you back, I finally learned my lesson. No half-stepping, either you want it or you're just playing. I'm listening to you knowing I can't believe what you're saying. There's a million views, Lewis, so don't be dumb. I got 99 problems. So change my fucking diaper.
That's right, folks. So welcome back. This is Motor Mouth Sports. I have no idea what the fuck is playing behind me, so we're just gonna skip right past that shit. Sound like someone trying to put somebody to sleep. Oh fuck. I don't know. The whole shit went weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I long story short, I won't bore you guys with all this, but in the background, I'm fucking trying to set up our timer, and I got a program that does all this shit, and I open it up, find out it needs a new update, so I go to update it, and all kinds of stupid shit happens because I'm not fucking paying attention, and next thing you know, all my fucking windows are closed, and then I got some fucking Atari fucking game going on in the background, doom, and And shit just got real fucking crazy real fast. So, anyway, welcome back. Holy shit. Anyway, back to our fucking fantasy. Like I said, we're going to get started on this. I fucking feel retarded right now. We're going to get to our stardoms and situms. Now, this, I'm going to start by saying this. It's not an excuse. It's just fucking fact. This is the hardest week to find this. Hardest week, hands down. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
Because you don't know. Like, one person could say, like, a Sammy Watkins is a sleeper, but you don't even know. Rookies, how much play do they get in the fucking first week? Not to mention this guy's injured. So, out of all weeks, I'd have to say this is the hardest week to find your stardoms and sit-em, but there are some good ones there. And
yes, first is always the hardest because you got rookies making a splash, and then you hoping they're going to make a splash, and you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So
exactly. Now, the first one I'm going to say, we're going to start with our stardoms here. And I'm going to have to just really bring this one up. I hate giving this guy credit. But if you got Colin Kaepernick, you need to start this man and play him this week because he's going up against Dallas. And listen, anybody offensively that you have for San Francisco play, Dallas has the worst defense the NFL will ever see by the end of this year. I promise you. Sean Lee's already out. They lost all kinds of people. I'm telling you, these guys will give up. I'm going to go as far as to say 300 yards a game.
yeah, especially this game, it's going to go pretty harsh. You know, San Francisco is just going to eat them up because of the defense there, man. That defense with Sean Lee out, that just knocked everything out of the equation for Dallas.
Well, you know, another one that I want to throw out here, we're going to stick with the quarterbacks here. And this one I never give credit much to, but this is Oakland we're talking about. Geno Smith. Well, if I'm you, I'm playing him. If you got him and you got nobody else better, and let's say he's, I put him somewhere in the, bottom tier of quarterbacks. He's not quite garbage yet. He'll get you something. But Oakland, they say they got some improvements going on there.
Yeah.
Until you see it, these are the same fucking Raiders that find ways of giving up points and losing games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to disagree there because they did pick up a lot of people over there. You're really not sure what's going to happen over there and what's going to happen with Geno. I would stay away for the first week of Geno and of that Raiders D.
Really? I'm disagreeing. I think Geno, that's the one game you're going to see this year. He's going to come out. He's going to probably throw about a 250-yard game, throw a couple touchdowns. Everybody's going to be high on him, and then he's going to go back into the guy that we all know he's about to become. That's it. That's what happens in these games. We could agree to disagree on it, but until they prove it wrong. My sleeper at offense is Mark Ingram. He's New Orleans running back here, and he's going up against Atlanta. Now, look, I know Atlanta can't possibly be as bad as they were last year. I know this. But
we hope. You never know.
But at the same time, they had a horrible run defense last year, and I really just 100%, if you got him, this is going to be Ingram's game where he's finally going to do something. All those years that you picked him up and said, hey, this is the same guy that won the chip in college. Finally, you're going to get something out of him.
I know, he's a potential sleeper. Definitely got sleeper capability in this game.
Now, my other sleeper here is, and I hate to say it as a sleeper, we talked a lot about him last year, and he probably technically shouldn't be here, but he still is because I've seen the way that he's been drafted. In most cases, he still isn't being drafted, and that's Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, Cordarrelle Patterson definitely. Beast. Matt Castle's going to do his thing. He's still going to throw interceptions, but he's going to get it to Cordarrelle Patterson a bunch. They got some good chemistry going on already, and Cordarrelle should put up big numbers.
I'm really blown away that I've seen in most of my leagues now that Cordarrelle Patterson wasn't even drafted. He's still in the free agent pool. And these are, leagues of 10 plus.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Once you get over 10 teams, he should definitely have been one of your picks. At least if he's a guy you're going to sit in your bench and spot start. If you got great wide receivers in there, other than that, he's a guy that you got to start.
Absolutely. Now, if we're moving on to the tight end position, I think last year we saw a bunch out of this guy. You're going to start to see it again this year, especially with Hoyer at the helm, and that's Jordan Cameron.
Jordan Cameron, yeah. You got to stick with him. He only had a year in, but there's not a shit ton of tight ends out there that are going to get you a bunch of production, and he's one of them that did last year, and I think you got to play him again. You got to keep it going.
And especially this week, he's going up against Pittsburgh. And listen, we all remember Pittsburgh from last year. Yes, we know that they had steel curtain in the 70s. We know that they tried to replicate that. In the early 2000s, we've seen it all. But this is not your father's Steelers. They don't have the same defense. So,
no.
Now, as a kicker, And I said this before, any offensive player you have for the San Francisco 49ers, you're going to play him. And Phil Dawson, I really mean this, though. I'm dead serious. I think this guy, in our league, Motormouth Sports Fantasy League over at NFL.com, he's a 900-point potential guy. In other leagues, I could still see him breaking double digits.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. He's got some potential definitely this week, and plus he's a great kicker anyway.
Yep. Now, another guy I want to throw out here. This is Philadelphia's new kicker, Cody Parkley.
Okay.
People don't know him. Cody Parkey, go check him out. He took over for Alex Henry last year. We saw just Alex blew a whole bunch of kicks he probably should have. This is the rookie guy. He's hit, his college senior year, he hit I think he had a 67% or something from 49 yards and beyond. So he's got the leg. He's on fucking a horrible team, let's be honest. Anytime you don't have a good quarterback, you're going to see the kicker get big points. So there's that. Moving on to sit-ems, I got a huge list here. I really do. And the number one guy on the list, and I know a lot of people are going to scream at me, Cam Newton, going up against Tampa Bay. I'm not playing.
Yeah, no, Tampa Bay, it's not even that the defense is great over there. It's just that
There's
the offense
nobody.
of Carolina's sketchy. Cam's coming off an injury with the ribs. It's just, I think he's going to be sketchy running this year anyway. I think he's a sit too.
Really, there's nobody over there that he has any sort of chemistry with. So, that's a big deal. It really is. And you can get some of that in training camp. You can get some of that in the preseason, but you're not going to get enough to produce numbers.
Oh, no.
Another one that's tempting to start is very, very tempting. But Zach Stacy over in St. Louis, I'm sitting him against Minnesota this week.
Yeah, I would sit them too. The Vikings, I mean, think about it, man. They got AP that they practice against, day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Rams are going to do anything in the run game with Sean Hill back there passing now. I don't think they're going to try to lean on that passing game as much, even though Tavon Austin is a beast. But they just don't have a lot over there, and I think they're going to try to concentrate on the run, and the Vikings are just going to stop them early and often.
Well, see, my thing is yes, that was a good point, but being that Isaiah Pete is now out, there's a couple other backs there that are going to be competing for those carries. And yes, Sean Hill won't be throwing it a lot. That's where a lot of people right now will be screaming, "You guys are idiots!" Okay, God damn it, Sean Hill's a veteran that barely's only started. His last start was a couple years ago. They're going to be run heavy, but they're also going to be doing it with 2 to 3 different backs. So I'm not going to start the man Zach Stacy and then have it depend on that. I just personally, I won't put my stock there. You want to, get back to me next week and tell me how right I was.
Oh, yeah.
Next one is Maurice Jones-Drew. Sitting.
Yes.
Sitting.
I do have Mojo in a couple of my leagues, and I do have him sitting, except in one where I have no other option at all. I have to start him, but that's only because I have to. If I have him and I have somebody else there that I'm able to start, I'm starting somebody else. Mojo against that Jets front four there is a no-go.
And I have to, for years, I talk shit about the Jets. I have, especially since Rex Ryan's come aboard. There's nothing worse than a cocky little fat bastard like that, but whatever. But this year I'm going to give credit. I'm going to say that defense is starting to look like a Ryan family defense. The offense is still whatever. We don't know. I told you before I got Geno starting, this week. But at the same time, I got to give credit where credit is due. And that defense it's going to be good this year. It's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Now a lot of people question, and I'm going to say, I'm going to bring this up. What about their cornerback situation? It's fair. It is a very fair point. They lost, not Revis. They lost
Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah, I can't believe I said fucking Revis. That's funny.
Yeah, they lost him too, just a long time ago.
That was 2-3 years ago. And there has been an injury bug that hit. But listen, man, I'm telling you right now, there's something about that Jets defense that we're going to see more people picking that up. Because right now, the Jets defense is most likely in your free agent bin somewhere.
Oh, yeah. There. No, but that's one of the things I think you got to let that first week go by and check it out. They're against the Raiders, so you can't judge too much. Derek Carr, guy just coming in, you don't know what they're going to do over there. So if they just crazily beast the hell out of the Raiders, I think, okay, maybe we pick them up. But if they don't do so great against the Raiders, offense that could be sketchy at times, then I would say, let them sit there in free agency.
That's it. Now, we're going to kind of go through a couple of these fast as we're running out of time here already. I can't believe how fast this stuff is going. Steven Jackson. I personally think the man's done. I really do. I think if you pick them up in your fantasy draft, it's only because you're an Atlanta fan and you somehow have hopes and aspirations.
Yes.
You know,
Trade.
Yeah, get as much as you can now before he starts proving his worthlessness there.
Yeah.
Trent Richardson. I don't know why you would even think about starting him, but if you were, you're fucking retarded.
I don't even know why you would think about drafting him.
Well, just that, not. I can see
I'm not
why
drafting.
some people.
There's other running backs over there that are going to get more carries than him. He's going to start, and first game he's going to show that he still sucks Lamacock, and that's it. He's going to be out, and you're going to have Bradshaw in there, and you're going to have what's his face in there, and that's going to be it.
I can't say that I wouldn't start him at all this year. I'm just saying this week right now, I'm not starting him, especially against Denver. You know, Denver did go out and get the pieces, and I could see that defense being like, honestly, I'm trying to trade for Denver's defense. Just put it to you that way. Them numbers in fantasy, at least, are going to be good. Deshaun Jackson, sitting him. I'm not sold on anything that's going on over there in Washington, especially going up against Houston this week. I'm sitting him. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm sitting him too, definitely.
Mike Wallace. He's got to earn some credibility with me, but he's been brought up a lot to me by a lot of people in emails. They keep telling me, what's the Mike Wallace story? He's a couple years in now down in Miami. What are we going to get?
Now, this is my sleeper pick, one of my 3 sleepers I have, Mike Wallace, because of the fact people are like, oh, let's sit him. No way we're playing him the first week. I'm not playing him in a lot of weeks, but I am, if I have him, he's my sleeper pick this week, going up against Revis. Revis is not the same Revis. He can't run as fast. His leg still bothers him, and Mike Wallace is still the same Mike Wallace, who will run past your ass. As long as Tannehill can reach him, they should have some nice plays going on. And I think they're going to get him early and often. I think he's going to wind up with somewhere around 80 to 100 yards right in the first quarter to beginning second quarter with a touchdown.
How many times did you try to sell me the same exact scenario last year?
No. Listen, man, I sat him. I told you and a lot of people to sit him last year. I picked him up on one of the leagues, and I sat him most of the time. He was just too inconsistent. They got more chemistry now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but
I say this is the week that you do start him because, let's not throw to Revis. No. The flags, with people just touching the person at 5 yards, Revis, I don't think he's going to get away with it this year. Even though he is on the Cheatriots, I think he's still going to get flagged. Mike Wallace is going to get free, and they're going to have a little bit of chemistry in the early parts. Don't expect it all throughout the game. Get excited in the beginning and just live with what they give you in the beginning. That's it.
I say I couldn't disagree with you anymore. I can't. When Mike Wallace, the big part that you said, you actually talked yourself out of it without even knowing, is if Tannehill can reach him. That's a big problem. We know he's got a big arm. It's just not accurate.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what happened last year. That's the scary thing. That's why he's my sleeper. If I have other people, I'm putting him in, but at the same time, I'm one of the guys who are now debating on whether I should start him for the first week against where people wouldn't normally start him because they're going to come out firing to him right away.
My anti-sleeper, I'm going to call him an anti-sleeper because I have no better word for it, but everybody keeps talking about Zach Ertz, and I'm telling you right now, I bought into this motherfucker stock last year. I don't see it changing much this year. It's still the same fucking offense, and people are telling me left and right how they're picking him up and all. You guys have fun with him. That's my anti-sleeper. That's the guy I'm staying away from.
Yeah, I do that with both tight ends over there. With Brent Selleck, he fucked me last year royally. I picked him up because he was solid the year before, but as soon as they got Zach Ertz, they're back and forth between them both, and it's just you can't start one and expect him to get something when one game the other one's going to get more. It's too sketchy over there in Philadelphia with the tight end situation.
Exactly.
I got a couple sleepers here too. Two sleepers for me. I got Matt Castle at the Rams. I think the Rams D is beast. That front line is going to be harsh, but they got too many things going on over in Minnesota right now. Too many good things, and I think Castle is going to still throw you an interception or two during the game. Don't get me wrong, but he's going to score some touchdowns, man. He's going to throw to Cordarrelle Patterson. Greg Jennings is still there. Don't forget about him. I know he's old. He's still going to catch some balls. They got AP. They're just going to do too much over there. I think he's going to get you some points this week.
Well, I don't know. Another guy we want to stay away from, Kobe Fleener. Stay away from him, especially this week. I'm not saying that any other week you're not going to want to play him, but this week, going against Denver right here, I think he's just going to have, Andrew Luck's going to have his handfuls just trying to stay away from the pass rush, let alone get it to Fleener. I think you're going to, if you have Wayne, start Wayne, but definitely not Fleener.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Fleener because of the fact that, He was sketchy last year on and off. I want to see how their chemistry is in this first game, and then I'm going for there. But if you do need a tight end, my sleeper that I have is Mercedes Lewis, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, going against Philadelphia. They do give up some tight end points over there, and Mercedes Lewis is back. He's healthy. They don't have a lot of receivers over there. They got Marquise Lee. Cecil Shorts is back healthy. I think Mercedes Lewis has a bounce-back year this year as a tight end, and I think if you need a tight end to start, you're worried about who to start, pick up Mercedes Lewis. He's probably out there in the waiver wire, and start him this week.
Definitely. Last couple to just I'm going to sit this week. We'll get right through them. Blair Walsh, Steelers defense, the Houston's defense, and Atlanta's defense. These are all players that I'm going to sit here. Real quick, we're going to just jump right in. We're not even going to get music because we ran a little over there in that segment. Into our week's pick'ems. Now, folks, the way this is going to work, I got to start describing this and letting you guys know. We will be held accountable for our picks here. We're going to, guys, go over and visit motormouthsports.webs.com, and we'll have it all up there so you guys can follow our picks and all that. And well, basically what we're going to do is we're going to take all the games of that week. We're going to pick who we think's going to win and who we think's going to lose. We are going to give you the line, but we're not going to pick our picks on the line. Eddie just likes to do that for the same people who like to gamble along with him.
Yes.
So, anyway, first one I'm going to start off here with, and of course, we got to start tonight's game, which is less than about an hour away, folks. Green Bay travels to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Who do you got and why?
Honestly, I'm going against a lot of people this week. A lot of people are picking Seattle. I'm going with Green Bay. I think Seattle's D just kind of diminished here in the offseason. I think they're too high on what they did last year, and I think Green Bay comes alive and just busts their ass this week. And I'm calling by a bunch. I'm thinking they're going to win by 20.
I'm so glad you said that because I've been saying this now ever since the schedule came out for many reasons. One, I agree with you. That this offseason, they kind of expended too much energy. Not to mention the fact that there's a lot of key pieces that people aren't giving a lot of credit to that are missing from that defense this year. But the number one factor about this game, and especially this season, Aaron Rodgers is a man on a mission, folks. I'm telling you this right now. I wouldn't even doubt by the end of the season we're talking about him maybe threatening some of Peyton's records from last year. He missed a whole bunch of games last year due to his injury. He's finally 100% fucking healthy, come back, and he's got to be one of the most competitive fucking quarterbacks in the whole league. So I'm picking Green Bay, like you said. I'm going 10+ on this game, easily.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I'm actually predicting 20 is going to be my prediction. I'm thinking it's going to be an easy 14-point win. But I'm saying 20 because that's where I'm at right now. I just think they're going to blow them out. And plus, you got to remember, Marshawn Lynch came in late after all that shit that happened there. And also, think about this, man. Julius Peppers over there. I'm predicting 2 sacks for him, too. And for the gamblers, Green Bay is getting 6 points.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's a guaranteed pick. Pick
God.
Put your money on it. Let's go.
Put your fucking house on it. Are you serious?
Cash in. They're getting 6.
Wow, folks. I'm telling you, seriously. And right now, to this moment, I know I sound shocked here, but I'm just blown away that they're getting 6.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's absolutely disrespectful to Green Bay. I mean, it's talking about a spit in the fucking face. Like, don't get me wrong, Seattle's good, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity for Seattle to score points. All right, because the Packers' D is sketchy at times. They added some nice defensive players this year, and who knows what Percy Harvin does. I think that's going to be the game changer if anything happens. But I'm still predicting the blowout of the Packers.
One thing I would say, and we didn't mention that before, if you have Percy, you might want to start him tonight. Not only is he coming off of an awesome Super Bowl, but once again, just like Rodgers, he was injured a lot last year, so he has a lot to prove from that contract he signed. So
yeah, if I start him at all throughout this whole year, I think this is the game I start him because this is his first game. If he's going to stay healthy, it'll be through 3/4 of the game at least, and I think he gets his touches in then.
Now, you know what I think we should do here, folks, and I'll let you know, is that, of course, we're going to be live again Saturday night, 10 p.m. Here on Great Lakes Radio Network, motormouthsports.webs.com, and over at nlradio.us. So we won't go through all of our picks for this week, but what I think we'll do is we'll focus on We did tonight's game, and let's do Sunday nights and Monday nights games now. And then you guys can tune back in for the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games on Sunday.
Yeah, and we'll leave the points out because they change daily.
Oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
we'll bring that in when we get closer on Saturday night. We'll do all the points there.
Now, speaking of which, and of course, I had to do this my way because it only benefits me. But the Sunday night game at 8:30 is Indianapolis Colts are traveling to Mile High to take on Denver Broncos. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is spectacular of the NFL. I am very impressed by the way that they did this. I would have liked to have seen maybe Seattle, take on maybe San Francisco. But either way, to give us a game like Indianapolis and Denver for Sunday night, I'm ecstatic by. Last year we saw the shootout between the two teams, and we saw eventually, the outcome. I don't want to say it. Shut up. That's how that one. That's how that one goes. But I think it's going to be a different game. I think Peyton is now in his 3rd year in Denver. He's got some new pieces, one of those pieces being Emmanuel Sanders. And I just think you're going to see, a good game, but Denver's going to take this one.
Yeah, no, I would have picked Indianapolis if Denver did not pick up Emmanuel Sanders, Aqib Talib, and their safety that they got from the Browns.
He said, that guy. But
yeah, I forget his fucking name. Great guy, great fucking safety. He's awesome. If they did not pick them up, I'm definitely going to Indianapolis. But I'm going Denver.
It's T.J. Ward, by the way.
I think they're going to score. What was it again?
T.J. Ward.
Yes, T.J. Ward. Fucking me, I forgot. I don't know. I can't believe I forgot that. But no, he's definitely a beast. I think Denver's going to beat him, but not by a lot. Not by a lot at all. I don't think. I think that's going to be I think it's going to be a touchdown game.
I think, if they say, I don't know what the point spread is, but I think
just for shits and giggles, the point spread now is the Colts getting 8.
Wow. God damn, man. These motherfuckers. You know what it is that they haven't had football in a long time. So they're just like, how can we just say some of the most outlandish shit? Because the 8's a little much. 8's a little much there. But
yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a touchdown game. So depending on what the point spread does, that's going to be different. But
yeah, that will evaluate then.
And just so you know, we do pick our games to the point spreads.
Yes.
So, we'll explain that as we pick them too. So these picks might change Saturday when the point spread changes. I think that's why we're just going to go through these here and there right now.
Yeah, I'm just kind of etching them. I'm even etching them, to be honest with you, in pencil. So, except for tonight's game. That one's down. And we're both at Green Bay plus 10. So, just that one. That's, I put the plus 10 on me.
Plus 6.
I put the plus 10 on me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm saying they're getting 6 points too.
No, I know. But I said they're going to win by 10. I got you. So that's me, not you. But either way. And I'm going to stick by that plus 10, too. I really am. If they end up, only winning by 9, I'll take the L. I'm okay with that. I'm going to stick by it. That's how fucking confident I am, folks. Like I said, if you got it, fucking put the house on it. Monday night's first game. New York Giants travel to Detroit to take on the Lions.
I don't even know why we even got to say this pick.
Well, what are you talking about? Whoa, there's a lot going on here in this.
Yes, Rashad Jennings is going to get a bunch of yards running, but Eli closes his eyes and throws the ball. He can't fucking connect with anybody in preseason. He still sucks. He's not gotten any better. And Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, no matter who else is there, they're going to connect for 3 touchdowns. So Lions are going to smash them.
I cannot see Eli Manning coming out and having another season like that. I just can't see it. I can't see it. What do you mean?
Just because his last name is Manning doesn't mean he's going to do anything near what his brother is capable of. He's garbage. He's done.
I disagree. I can't call him garbage. See, this is the number one off-season topic on all these sports groups, By the way, folks, if you are on Facebook and you want to find out the newest and greatest sports page out there, go check out Strictly Offensive Sports with Dino, guys. But one of the biggest arguments that we've been having there and also over in Lou's Entertainment is Eli not being an elite quarterback, Eli not even being a good quarterback. Remember a couple of years ago when we were discussing whether he was elite or not, and now we're just discussing whether he's good? Look, he's got the Manning name, all right? He fucked up last year, but there's no possible way the man can top a 27 interception fucking season. It's not going to fucking happen.
Yes,
and let's not forget about the fact that Detroit has a really hard time beating teams they should. That's the thing with Detroit that just kills me. In the last couple of years, when they've made these runs at it, they get a game where they should just smash their offense should run over this team, and that's the game they lose 17-9, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Hey, new year, baby, new year. They're going to do it. They're going to smash the Giants. The Giants, listen, man, I'm predicting such a losing season for the Giants again that it's just horribly horrible. As people, if they don't know, we're in New York, so it's even hard to even say this.
Yeah.
But it really is, because even if I'm not, my favorite team is the Dolphins, of course, Crazy Finn. So if they don't win, I'd like a New York team to do it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But I just don't see the fucking Giants doing anything again this year. I'm glad they added Rashad Jennings because he's a beast. But other than that,
no, I disagree. We'll take that as it comes. Last game here, and then we'll run out of here, folks, as we're coming right up on time here. Monday night's late game. San Diego Chargers traveling to Arizona, take on the Cardinals. I'm going to tell you right now, everybody's talking shit about the Chargers this year. Everybody. Never seen anything like this in my life. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. I like Phillip Rivers and company. I always picture Phillips being a 4,000-yard fucking thrower, 30 touchdowns. But everybody and their fucking mother is talking shit about San Diego.
That's because Keenan Allen is there. He showed what he could do last year. Malcolm Floyd is back healthy. They got running backs all over the place. Phillip Rivers is getting more accurate because the new system they got over there. And he's showing a lot of promise, man. He's showing what he should have showed before. And I think that they're very capable of winning this game, except for the fact I'm still picking Arizona. But it will be a tight game, though. Don't get you wrong. I think this is going to be the best game to watch. It sucks because at 10:20 on our fucking time over here.
I'll be awake. Your bitch ass will be asleep. But
no, I'll be fucking watching it still. But it just sucks if I got to be at work at 3:30 and I'm watching at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And that is 3:30 in the morning, folks. Just so you
Yes.
know, that's a little insight into Crazy Finn's life.
Yeah.
Now, me, honestly, I'm going to pick Arizona, but the only reason why I'm picking Arizona is because that defense last year proved some shit to me. People forgot about it. I think even you forgot about it. But go back and watch some of those games from last year. And Arizona told me that they got some fucking defensive players. So
beast, man. They got fooled twice during the year last year, and that was it. And they did add some shit. They added Cromartie over there. So they got Antonio Cromartie. They got Patrick Peterson. I think probably top 2 fucking teams that have the best corners in the league. Patrick Peterson, one of the best, one of the top 5 in the league. Antonio Cromartie, really underrated. Let's see what he does with the penalties here this season. They could definitely do it, man. They could do it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm excited. You're excited, folks. We're fucking about 1 hour away from fucking football here. I mean, I'm fucking amped. I can't wait. We're going to fucking see the kickoff here. It's going to take place to do another great fucking NFL season. Let's see where you can go. Check out motormouthsports.webs.com. That is our webpage. We're going to be posting later on tonight. I'm going to post up our picks. I'm going to post some other stories and stuff. You can check our Twitter feed there, which is at Motormouth Sports Fans. Motormouth Sports Fan. No, sorry. Apologize. At Motormouth Fans. Sorry about that. I fucked that one up pretty big. Also, check us out at Great Lakes Radio Network over at Spreaker.com. You can also catch us live at nlradio.us. And am I forgetting anything?
No, fucking football. Let's go.
That's it, fucking. You know what you need to do, Eddie, and everybody else out there fucking listening. Somebody fucking hit somebody. It's fucking football time. That's what needs to fucking happen, man. I'm telling you, I gotta ask you, is there any football traditions you do? Is there anything that you did today to get ready for tonight?
Think about it all fucking day.
Now, I'll admit what I did is I kind of have a tradition here. It's a weird one. It's kind of dumb, but I have to have homemade dip. I have to. And we got ourselves some veggie dip, and we also got ourselves some sour cream and onion dip, but this shit was all made fucking homemade. I'm amped. I got fucking 2 huge bags of fucking Doritos. I'm fucking ready. Small thing.
You know that's how we hold it down on Sundays. We do the big party and shit and cook, grill, snacks, whatever. House is decorated up and shit.
Meatballs like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. We go ham over here.
That's it, man. All right, folks. So anyway, from everybody here at Motormouth Sports, I am your host, motherfucking Dino. That's Crazy Fins.
Yes, sir.
And I want y'all motherfuckers to enjoy the game tonight. I want y'all to check us out on Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also want you motherfuckers to do one motherfucking thing. Go fuck yourselves!